Hey, we're back. I hit it with a rattle can satin varnish by Krylon last night. Let it cure overnight. It's got a nice little sheen to it, so it's protected. This is a burnt umber brown oil wash I'm going to be doing on this one. See how that works out. I got a couple colors ready to go. I have black and this one. And then I got a mixture of black and brown, kind of like a Devlin mud type of look. I'll probably use the Devlin mud on the comms tower. And I like how this brown's turning out. This is kind of tying it in with everything else. Starting to see, get in there, shot makes it pop. Let's see, go right up here. This is that burnt umber oil wash, and kind of see that one next to it, and this is how it just really just adds so much depth to it. This brings all the detail out of everything. Let's see how I'm going to do the comms tower too real quick. And instead of boring everyone with this, I'll just show you what I'm doing first, then we'll come back with the finished product. Yeah, this makes it so much better. Let's see, up in this areas. Yeah, this brings out those rivets and all that. We'll let this dry for like half hour to an hour, then we'll come in with the cosmetic sponges again, and some clean odorless terpenoid, and clean off the excess. And let me see what that other part's going to look like. This is, I'm going to use the Devlin mud on this part right here. Not Devlin mud, but this is a lamp black and a brown mixture. Yes, I still want the same. Yeah, I like that. We're going to do straight black on the floor inside, and that's going to be with another, we're going to do a paint wash to look at like sands in there also later on when that's dry and protected. So I'm going to get this finished, and we'll be back and see you in the next section. Thanks for joining us. We are back real quick. I did the thin washes. I did like a lamp black, did a burnt sienna, I believe it was, or burnt umber. Double check on that. A burnt umber, and did a mixture of both, kind of make that Devlin mud kind of look. I made it a relatively thin wash, so you can see like it does on the vertical areas. I might have to go back over them eventually because it's just kind of gravity's taking over and pulling those washes down. But we'll see. I'm going to let this dry for a while, then see how I like it, and then take the cosmetic sponges to it, wipe down the raised areas, just to get that more depth, and see how that rust and everything works with it. And I kind of alternated the three colors through it. Let's see, pop that ladder, there's a lot of detail on that ladder. The floor ran lots of thin black washes. We can see. Let's see the ladder right there. Nice. The floor is actually not holding a lot of wash for some reason. It's just kind of evaporating. It's a really relative, like I said, a thin wash. You can see how it goes in there, but it evaporates. A lot of that pigment just disappears for some reason. And like I said, this is just to add pop to it. This is going to be another wash of like a sand or earth color paint to make into a wash. So it looks like there's accumulated sand. There's like little piles of sand right there. So I'll add to it, and this just add definition to everything. So that's going to be it for right now. I'm going to let this dry for a while, then we'll come back and clean it up and show it to you. Thanks for joining us. Hey, we're back. Just finished cleaning off the oil with just use a little one of those little salsa cups with some non-scented terpenoid in it and a cosmetic sponge, and I'm basically done with it. I just maybe can go through it and try some other areas that maybe don't like the buildup, but I kind of like the way it turned out. I like how that oil wash gets into those crevices and really makes some depth out of it. Let's get this to give you a circular view of everything. There we got the sides. See, it's got all the nice depth there. Then in the interior, this is one of the places that's hard to even. A simple wash just makes everything pop. Hit like get that even that control panel right there next to the door. Can you see that in here? You can see right there. Right there, next to the other side of that ladder. Got that nice and darkened so it pops. And all the little vents on the floor and all that. And that piece of the wall that fell, that's all crumbled. Obviously this is not to scale. There should be more rubble and things like that. But this is just something that's easy to play with, and also just display my battle wagon when it's done, hopefully in the next day or two. So that's it for this. I'm probably going to add a little bit of some turf to it like I did to the board, just a little bit sparse here and there, and then we'll call it done. So as usual, thank you for joining me, and we're probably going to airbrush some stuff on it too. In the floor area, get some dust. Oh, I gotta do that wash. Never mind. You know what? I gotta take it down. I'm gonna matte varnish it, let it dry a little bit longer, then do that one sandy wash in there, then maybe do the airbrushing on the outskirts here to blend it all together. So that'll be this section's done, and we'll see you in a few. Thanks. Okay, we are back. I'm gonna make a quick wash for the floor, and like these areas will look where it could be dust accumulation off the desert. I'm using really neutral color. It's Earth by Minotaur Paint. So it's a thinner paint, so it's not that hard to work with in the first place. You see it's airbrush ready. What I'm going to hit it with is some matte medium. Enough to mount it there. And then we're going to hit it with this mixture. I usually use those two mixtures and mix it with acrylic ink to make a wash, and I've made a couple custom washes, and that is the same recipe that I think Secret Weapons still uses today, and the recipe originally created by Les at Awesome Paint Job. But with the paint mixture, obviously it's not ink. I'm using my trusty crappy mix brush, and we'll see how that. See, that's fairly clean. And I'm actually, after we do this wash, we're going to go in with the airbrush too. You can see that. And I'm really excited how this will look on the floors inside. Then we're probably going to edge all this with more dust, but we want to just have this wash to simulate the accumulation of dust and cracks. Over the years or amount of time this has been, and anyone going in and out of this place, tracking it in and stomping it in. And we're also probably going to use the clear airbrush colors I have downstairs. I love those clear browns, and I can use that to tone things and shade things. Let's see, get in there. And this is what we just want this to. This is not working how I expected it, but this is not as working as or forgivable as an oil wash. But I think it'll get what we want done. If I have to, I can thin this down some more. Yeah, I might have to thin this down some more. So just take my finger. Try not to see it out of the cracks. It's not good. See what else we can do to this. That's more flowy to it. Next, I don't want this to be a paint. What we could do is just play with the brush. dust accumulation in these corners especially. So I'm going to keep going at this, and then when I finish it, I'll come back and show it to you. Thanks for joining me. Hey, we are back, and we are going to call this building basically done, except for the flocking and a little bit of vegetation we're going to add to it. What I also did, I did that wash you saw, and I came back in, I did some mixtures of different Minotaur paints. We're basically using earth mainly, and humanoid flesh as a highlight, and also dark flesh to tone it down a little bit. Went and did that wash with the earth, and also went in and see these areas here and here. I kind of put in paths. So it'd be people bringing in dirt and stomping it off their shoes or tracking it off. And then I dusted the whole bottom of the building and a little bit of the sides with earth again. Oh, then also went in, oops, excuse me, the highlight color. Did all the hard edges. Basically went in through all these parts of the buildings and just did the hard edge. But I went over everything with earth again to bring it together. And even the bottom of the comms tower is all, and you can see it goes up, so it's got a nice layer of dust on it. Really like that effect. And I had to thin out the paint a little bit with the alcohol water mixture I do use. And then here is the thing. I really like how this all came together. Here is the battle wagon. As you can see, when this truck's going through the desert, it's going to be kicking up dust from the wheels and people getting on and off of it. So I got dust collected. I used the airbrush and just got it nicely all edged in there. And just enough just to, I didn't change the color. You can still see the colors. In the back, I got a couple little spots here for traffic. And then on this side too. Obviously, you can't really see it from here. And just did the whole side of the truck where, dust would be coming up from the road and just lingering on the side of the building. You can actually see it really better on camera. You can see all kind of the late dusting there. I might actually right now, while I'm working on the battle wagon, I'm going to get some black out and do some exhaust staining too. So that's it for right now. When we come back, I might make this the end of the part, or no, we'll keep it going. And then I'll do the foliage and we're done with this one. Thank you for real quick, this is it completely done. It's been lightly flocked like the game board itself. Kind of matches in the game board. I'll probably stick with the game board. As you notice, if you're watching my other videos, I'm building another display plinth for the battle wagon. This is more of a diorama. I'm trying to enter in a contest, and I don't want to risk having something too big that's got to be in a diorama, and it's not really a scale diorama with a little building and a tower in it, which is not bad looking. I like it. It's beautifully done, if I have to say myself. But I'm doing a smaller display plinth that's barely around the thing. Basically, it's going to have this road section elevated with a plaque, and you'll see those in the other videos. Some of those are being put up as we speak. And I just wanted to show this to you real quickly. It's got very sparse vegetation, just in some of the corners where think Mother Nature would try to strive to survive, and that is it. And I hit this with a few coats of anti-shine, and this is ready to play and ready to display also. So as usual, this is the end of this series of the abandoned comm center. And I really want to thank you guys for following it. And we got other stuff going. So the battle wagon's still going. The plinth is still going. And I think those are the only two right now. The crew's going to be worked on. And we got today's Thursday. Friday, Saturday, I'll be leaving here hopefully 6 in the morning, Sunday morning, to head down to San Francisco. And wish me luck, everyone. And we'll see what happens. Thanks for joining me.